Welcome guys to Lad and Dad. This is a Halloween special, if you didn't notice. And we are doing our top 5 Halloween films. Number 5 was The Shining. Number 4 was The Exorcist. Number 3, The Omen. And number 2, maybe joint number 1, was Halloween. The first film, the best film. Today is number 1.
Yep.
So I'm going to announce this because you've had 80% of this negotiating. Number 1 Halloween film is Nightmare on Elm Street.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You just see cuts happen.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know. The coroner got to say.
He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy, there's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Again, don't know the theme tune, didn't write the theme tune. For me, the best film for Halloween, the best horror movie there is. How do you feel about that?
It's not my favourite because it's more of a slasher movie and I'm not that so keen on that. But I appreciate it for what it is, and it's the best of the slasher films.
November 1984.
Yep.
So again, we've gone 1970s to early 1980s. Wes Craven, known
Yep.
for being
Slasher.
but I don't, compared to slashers, I still think this isn't a slasher.
Well, it's better made, I think, isn't it? That's the point. That's the difference between a lot of slasher
Yeah.
movies. This is brilliant.
There's more to it. Heather, I'm going to have to read it, guys, sorry. Langenkamp was Nancy,
Yeah.
not well known. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, and Johnny Depp was Glenn. Johnny Depp was in Freddy Krueger. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this. Why? Because they don't watch classic films. But Johnny Depp was Nancy's boyfriend and the first to die. Now, an interesting fact of this, and I only found this out today, and I'm actually quite annoyed. They made, when it was released to the cinemas were like, no, this ain't happening. So they had to cut loads out. The uncut version of Nightmare on Elm Street has never been released on DVD. So that means I, as a massive Freddy Krueger fan, have never seen the uncut version of Nightmare on Elm Street. Anybody knows if I can get that anywhere, please let me know. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about Freddy. We used to have a friend called Justin, and he had Freddy Krueger on film, and I was told not to watch Freddy Krueger at Justin's. So what did I do, guys? I went and watched Freddy Krueger. Totally hooked. We were all totally hooked on Freddy Krueger. I was about 10. Now you're going to have to explain to the folks at home why you're allowing your 10-year-old to be addicted to Freddy Krueger.
You were told not to watch it. You just chose not to listen to your parentage.
Okay, so why did you buy me Freddy Krueger merchandise?
Because you liked it so much. So once you'd seen it, the dam had burst, hadn't it? Really.
I literally had a pair of jeans with Freddy Krueger on it.
Yeah.
I was a kid now. I'm talking kid. The glove.
Yeah.
Not the real glove, because that would have been dangerous.
That would have been dangerous. Yeah.
But what was funny, we got that from Forbidden Planet.
Forbidden Planet, yeah.
So you had the glove, then you had plastic knives, but the more you used it, the knives bent. They weren't scary at all. But we used to live, it's not called a cul-de-sac. What would you call where we lived? Like, as an area, like a cul-de-sac nowadays, but
There's a little group of flats.
Yeah.
Like a little...
So all the kids knew each
around
other,
like a central area,
and you were allowed out. There was nobody woke back then, and we used to play Freddy Krueger, and two of the boys would be Freddy, and then the rest of us would have to go and hide around this little thing. I tell you what, it was so scary. Honest to God. Going back then to Freddy, what about the film?
Well, look,
You know what? Because obviously I can talk.
The funny thing is, it's sort of, again, it's a lot of there's children involved.
Children
in all
on
this, isn't it?
every single one.
I mean, Freddy
Apart from
was
Halloween.
killed a lot of young children, basically, didn't he?
Now, there's an interesting myth, okay, that Freddy Krueger was a paedophile, but he never was.
No, he just killed them.
He never was. He was a child murderer.
Yeah.
Some people I've seen him and I've heard them say that Freddy was a child molester.
Yeah.
Never was, but he was a child murderer. I'll have you know.
And of course, the parents weren't that keen on him, so they decided to burn him alive.
As you do.
And that's basically how he became what he was. I mean, is he the ghost of Freddy?
Yes.
I think he has to be.
He is the ghost of Freddy.
And then obviously he spends his time then reaping havoc on
the children of the parents.
The children of the parents.
That burnt him up.
Yeah, that burnt him up. And yeah, I mean, again, I don't know why children always get involved. I suppose everybody's fear of things happening to children.
Yeah.
Is a deep fear.
Because they're not children. They're
young,
must be like 15,
teenagers,
16.
Yeah.
They're that age. There's no like at any point is it young children.
No.
The only part with young children in is when you've
It's
got
the actual
skipping rope.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Now I can remember that little thing.
Yeah.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
That's right. Yeah.
3, 4, better lock your door.
Yeah.
5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, Freddy's back again. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
For me, it's those fear things.
Yeah.
Sleeping, you got no control over your dreams.
Yeah.
Like I wake up sometimes and I've been wrestling cheese. Like what's all that about?
Yeah.
But there's so many theories out there that you can. Dreams is mental.
Yeah.
When you look into dreams, like they reckon, when you're falling and you wake up,
Yeah.
you're close. That was you getting close to death.
Yeah.
But you wake up.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that blows
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
You can injure yourself in a dream.
Yeah.
They say. I've never had it. So the fact that Freddy's in the dreams,
Again, it's quite clever playing on a fear of something you're not in control of.
yeah, the school scene.
Yeah.
She's in school,
Yeah.
but because the way the film's filmed is you don't know she falls asleep.
Yeah.
So suddenly there's a body bag walking past the school door. What does she do? Follow it. Yeah, clever. Follow the body bag, and the boiler room. Boiler rooms. What is it about boiler rooms?
Personally, I would never go in a cellar because bad things happen in cellars.
How many boiler rooms have you been in?
Boiler
No, that's
rooms.
a throwing interest.
Same
because
thing.
we've had different work. Like
I
jobs.
guarantee in every film I've ever watched, the cellar is a bad move.
It's got loads of wine. Going down the steps to a cellar in any movie is scary.
You're gonna-
The steps
it's
are
bad.
thin. It's always dark.
Yeah, I guarantee there's something bad at the bottom of it. I would
Why-
never buy a house with a cellar.
Yeah, but why do the people who own the cellars don't keep a good stock of light bulbs?
Yeah,
I'd be checking my cellar light bulb regularly.
definitely.
Like they pull the thing and it
Bulb never
goes
works.
bing.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'd have an LED.
would you?
Yeah,
Not a
minimum.
saving one. Or...
I'd go an LED, I think.
I might have a torch
less likely
at the
to-
top of the stairs as
Yeah.
well.
Of course, the boiler is often in there going on your
Yeah.
boiler theme. Boiler rooms are the same though. All them pipes.
Yeah, because I work security now,
Noises.
and we got a boiler room where I work. And even like you're walking around it, maybe I've got Freddy on my mind,
Yeah.
but they're unnerving. There's also crooks
Yeah.
and crannies. It's pitch dark. It's noisy.
Your brain's so weird when these sort of things. Where I worked in Cardiff once, we had a floor which wasn't used,
Yeah.
and it was in its previous life. It was like tiled, and it was the scariest place I've ever known. And I don't really know why, because there was nothing particularly scary up there really, but it was one of them places that had an atmosphere. And I used to have to go there occasionally because I think we kept a few things up there, but not much. And it was very poorly lit, but it was just something really scary about it, and I can't even put my finger on it. It was just awful.
Have you ever done the thing where you turn the downstairs light off and run up the stairs because you're so scared what's behind
No,
you?
I don't ever remember
No?
doing that. I don't think
I have.
Yeah.
I didn't want to admit that.
I've got sometimes if I get in the car in the night, I feel
Don't
like there's
tell me
somebody
you
in the
check
back,
the back seat.
and I look over my shoulder.
That's
Not all the
more
time,
mafia than horror.
but I don't know. I always think there might be somebody in the back seat.
It's gone away from Freddy
It's
a
in the
little
dark.
bit.
Yeah, but it's
turned
just
this into
fear,
a
isn't it? And I think
podcast.
what the point is, all these films play on fears. Well, not all of them. Mostly the last two play on primal fears, and your imagination just can make a dark room seem so scary.
Big time. You're talking about the slasher films. I class slasher films. We went through a period in early 2000s of slasher films.
Yeah.
That's why I can't class Freddy a slasher, because they're just all about gore,
Yeah.
gore, gore.
I think this
Freddy
is
was gory.
this is a quality up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
There's
Freddy was
slasher,
gory.
but this is quality slasher.
Yeah, like the Glenn, Johnny Depp falling into the bed and his blood
Yeah.
goes everywhere.
Yeah.
She's in the bath and
Bath
the hand
scene.
coming up. It's
Yeah,
a
oh, the
classic.
bath scene.
That's been done in sitcom joke sketches. That's the
Yeah.
sketches.
What, Mother? Don't fall asleep in there.
A million times.
Again, it picks on you when you're in a vulnerable state, you know.
And I read this somewhere that his jersey, the red and green,
Yeah.
affects your eyes when watching it.
That's quite
Does
possible.
something to the
It's
retinas.
the sort of thing they pick up on, isn't it? Yeah.
That's mad. That's mental if that messes
Yeah.
you. The alley scene.
Yeah.
Now it is a little bit of a comedy scene, that, because his arms stretch
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to either side.
Yes.
Please, God.
Is God.
But for me,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's probably because I'm a Freddy fan. But the one thing with Freddy was the scraping of the.
Oh yeah. I mean that
Because you knew he was coming for you. And if I ever get metal in my hand,
Yeah.
I'll do that
scraping
for my own personal.
It sort of grates as well. It's a bit like the chalk on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it don't go through me,
It's like
but
just
it's
unsettling.
like Freddy's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And of course, Robert Eklund, brilliant in that part.
Amazing.
I mean, I've seen him in loads and loads of things.
Oh, he's class.
But that
He's
he was just
class.
made for that. He wouldn't. I think he's the only person that could have probably done it.
We were huge, and I'm talking proper Freddy fans now. When we were younger, we used to have. I may get this wrong now, guys. I'm sorry. Fangora magazine. Justin was older than me, so he could get hold of this stuff. And you'd send to America a little order form, and we got the pilot movie of Freddy on how it all happened, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But you had to, like, not now, I can order it off Amazon, be delivered tomorrow. This took months.
Things did, didn't they? It used to take forever.
To come. Absolutely unbelievable.
That's pretty scary.
Halloween,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I put them pretty much in the same quality of
Totally different
scariness.
films.
Totally different. Completely
Not
different.
even, like, you can't compare the scripts.
No.
Halloween's a classic film
Yeah.
where the script really for Freddy is so simple.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
Shakespeare,
No.
but
It's not meant to be.
like, where are we with Freddy films now? They went on and on. Number 2 I liked. I liked number 2.
I think they kept it going a little bit longer.
It went too long. Then they remade it. They didn't want for Robert Eklund to be Freddy. It's gone. It's totally gone. Freddy then as a person is scary. So you've got that, obviously that jumper affects you. The hat, like, what the hat? What's the point of the hat? Nothing. And then his face burned off. Scary. But, right, he's a horrible person to look at. I've got like a little toy of Freddy. I'm happy to have him as a little toy. It's a very strange setup. How Freddy has become a cult.
Yeah.
A cult classic. On their own, the Freddy new films were good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
But
so I can't really comment.
it's too hard. There's some films you can't not compare to the originals. RoboCop.
It's interesting that all these classics came out in that period from the 70s to the early 80s.
Well, there you go. I could not think of a horror film within the last 15 years to come into my top 5.
No. I wonder why they were made that period.
I think there's a lot of, again, and I'll say it, I don't care if it irritates people, woke. Where in the 70s, 80s, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
This didn't matter. Freddy could look like a burnt up person.
Yeah.
The gore. There's no gory films out there anymore. Okay, Saw when it came out was amazing. But then afterwards it was like the second one was well, you've done that now.
Yeah.
The trap thing's a little bit.
Yeah.
It was gore, but it wasn't. We're not doing gore to shock you. Where Saw is, I'm only going to shock you with the gore.
Yeah.
Literally, if Freddy's got 3 nutties, he's going to slash you, and that's how it looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to pull your tongue out and stuff like that. But can you think of a horror movie that you've watched because you'd want to watch it?
Not really. No. I mean,
Blair Witch Project was the last horror movie that impressed me.
I went to the cinema to see
Me
that
and
as
you
well.
went.
Yeah.
People hated that.
That was unsettling in a way, but I mean it was the way it was shot. It was quite clever.
Shot brilliantly.
Shot like a documentary almost, like, wasn't it? It was.
That would be on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
People say it was crap. I think they were overthinking what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what people want sometimes.
It's difficult to say horror, isn't it? Because I mean, they're films that horrify you, but they aren't horror films.
Yeah. That's why I push for Freddy to be number 1.
Yeah.
Because I'll say it. Could you watch it on your own?
No.
In the dark.
I could, but
Freddy.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Even though it's the whole sleep thing.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to. I mean, I could watch all of them in the dark if I really wanted to, but
like, I couldn't.
I wouldn't be comfortable. I don't think I'd be comfortable doing it.
There was a film called Creep, and it was a British film. It's not. There's an American film as well, and it was all down in the London Underground, and that was the last film I had to sleep with a light on.
Yeah,
because it was all pitch dark. And there's a scene. Spoiler. There's a scene where his torch is broke, so obvious, and he's going, and he turns the light on, and there's a man in front of him. Scared the shit out of me, and that was the light on. But it wasn't the whole film that scared me.
No, I watched a film. Ironically, I think it was Sarah Michelle Gellar was in it. Was it a remake of was it The Ring?
The Ring.
And there's a scene in that where they're looking at a security camera, and oh my god, it freaked me out completely.
But the scarier is the Chinese or Asian version. Sorry, the Japanese.
But
version.
it was only really the one scene that freaked me out on that one. I don't know why it was.
I'll tell you. I know Hostel. Hostel was the last uncomfortable movie for me. I don't. You probably haven't seen it.
No,
it is ultimate gore. It is gore beyond. But what Hostel is, people have gone to a hostel. They're in like Ukraine, or you'll correct me if I'm right. Backpackers. They go to a hostel. They get kidnapped.
Sounds vaguely familiar. I might have actually
and
seen
tortured.
That.
It's so uncomfortable.
I think I might have seen that actually.
Gory as shit. But that went to like Hostel 15. But number 1 was like, oh my god. Again, people go backpacking. Yeah. It's a little bit of reality. Yeah. There are mad people.
I don't like too much gore.
I like gore.
Yeah.
If it's in a good film,
it's got to be a decent film as well. If you can balance it with that, that's fine.
I can't agree with you. I understand and I agree, but I can't agree because I do like B movies.
Yeah.
And a lot of B movies that are banned over the year are just gore.
I mean, I could have made a top 10 of old horror films. Hammer horror films, stuff like that. They're absolute classics, but they're very mild. I mean, you could literally, a child could watch them now, really, to be honest. But they were brilliantly made. They were made by really clever people.
But what's the point of
I'll still watch them.
To get scared.
Yeah.
It's the only time of year, really, that you allow yourself to get scared.
Yeah.
And for me, Halloween and Freddy are the two. My go-to.
Yeah, I think they're probably the...
I didn't go there last night, and I should have. I watched a stupid crap film. Hey ho, live and learn. Yeah. Those are my top 2.
Yeah.
Freddy for me is because I think of what.
Yeah, I don't think it's much dispute with that, to be honest.
Yeah, and this way it's laid inside.
Yeah.
Hope you guys agree. If you don't agree, put it in the comments. There might be films I haven't seen. I don't know if you'll watch, I don't know, because Mother watches every film with you. But if there's films that you think will scare me, because I'm always getting recommendations off people, watch this film, it's so scary, Paul. I go home and I waste 2 hours and I'm sat there like that. If you think you've got a scary film for me, tell me. Yeah? Like and subscribe. We'll be back on the music next videos, I believe. So we'll see you guys very soon. Try now. Happy Halloween.